Welcome back, true believers. I recorded some video out in my car today with my phone. I'm probably going to upload it because it talks about, I don't know if I posted it last night or not. Most nights I might record 1 to 5 videos, and some of them just don't come out, or they don't live up to the standard that I've set for my videos. And so in one of them I had mentioned talking about you can see the mountains from the top of my street all around us, well, to the west of us, I should say. And it looks really cool because it's beautiful. But we live on a hill that, science, it goes downhill, so by the time you get to our house, you can't see it anymore. So I took some videos of me driving around. Whew, sorry, man. Jeez Louise, I don't know what's going on. Can't breathe so well. Probably dying. No, I shouldn't say that. So I'll up those. I'll up those later. I'll upload those later. So tonight's gonna be fun. Tonight is brought to you by Jackson Triggs, the finest ice wine I've ever had. The only ice wine I've ever had. 2009. If you've never had ice wine, I like a sweet wine, like a dessert wine. I'm not a big wine fan. I used to try to be into wine, but it's too much effort, and it just doesn't taste good to me. So, yeah, that stuff's really good. That Carol got that for her birthday back in September, and I think I drank most of it. So tonight, first thing you might notice is my lighting. My beautiful lighting. I've got my light diffused a little bit with some tracing paper. Rice paper, whatever, about 4 sheets on each, actually, and I think it helps a lot. And the reason why I did that is because of a suggestion from an old friend from the past, Bob Melanson. A lot of you probably know him. One of the best friends I've ever had in my entire life. He'd watched the videos, which is awesome, and he had some suggestions and stuff. So I've got some rice paper over these. So tonight's videos are dedicated to you, Bob. Thanks for coming by and watching the videos. Seriously, I'm gonna keep doing them, and I hope you keep watching them. All of you. I hope you all keep watching them. So the story I've got to tell tonight is about a man named Leadfoot. It's going to be a brief story because I can't remember the whole gist of it. But back, probably about, geez Louise, it had to be about 91, 92. I was probably a sophomore or freshman. I had just gone into high school, basically. And I attended Winthrop Street Baptist Church pretty much my entire life in Taunton. And when I got into high school, this guy, Joe Hooper, kept inviting me to go to youth group. And I just wasn't into it. I guess I was still homebody back then, too. And so I finally, I took the plunge, and I went. The very first night I went was on one of their haunted hayride things. And he swore he didn't think I was ever going to come back because it's just chaos. It's like all these high school kids throwing hay in each other's face, stuffing it down each other's shirts, and just, having a grand old time. Well, I did come back, and I don't know how this happened, or I can't tell you the whole story, but I'd wanted to play guitar. I was probably about 15 or 16, and I had heard for the first time in my life, actually I'd heard it a few years before this, Welcome to the Jungle. I couldn't remember Sweet Child of Mine or Welcome to the Jungle, but I was out trick-or-treating with my cousin Melissa, and it came on the radio, and I hadn't listened to any new music since Michael Jackson's Thriller album, or Bad, actually. And when I heard the song, and the guitar tones in it, it changed my life forever. I knew I wanted to play guitar. And so somehow that came up at church. Oh, no, I think Bob was playing with Aaron Lewis, or singing with Dennis Maynard or something like that way back in the day. Jeez. And so when I found that out, I think it was I approached him about lessons, and that summer we started hanging out, and he started teaching me to play guitar. That's when I really learned the most I learned from guitar was probably that first year from Bob. And so, not only do I owe him thanks for this idea for the lighting, because now you're not seeing all my sweaty, greasy, nasty face. You're seeing some decent lighting. I ended up putting 2 up, too, because I only had 1 before now. I was debating a backdrop, too, but, I mean, that's kind of silly. I got cool stuff to look at. I might as well let people look at it. Ooh, chemical spill. Awesome. Jeez Louise. Something went down wrong tonight, I tell you. Haha, very funny, mother. So, Bob and I became really good friends. I became friends, and that's how I met Jen, and then Tanya and Dave, and just their whole family, just wonderful people, Yvonne, and Silvio. I mean, just everyone in their family. Just great people, just wonderful, wonderful people. Talented people, smart people, caring people, so that's how I met them, and I learned to play guitar. So after that, I started learning to play guitar. We were hanging out through summers. Just I'd stay at his house, he'd stay at my house, whatever. It was fun. It was a good time. I don't remember when it happened, but he started to get into. He had a truck, and he wanted to get a CB for it, a CB radio, and he eventually got one, and we were always going to these weird little shops. I remember somewhere in Taunton, I think it's the end of School Street. You have to cross past where the bakery was, keep going. On the right, there was a garage with this guy that just had random shit everywhere. It was a disaster. Give me just a second. I'm going to let the dog out, and I'll be right back. Damn. Yeah, hang on. All right, we're going to do this quick, doggy. Come on, boy. Oh, yeah, run it up the door. Okay. I knew that was going to happen. Our new dog, Chewy. Yeah, after Chewbacca. I tried to bring him in here so that he can hang out and have a good time. The cat's around here somewhere. But, sometimes it just doesn't work out. So, I apologize for the interruption. So, over the course of this one summer, he started collecting different, CB radios and antennas and mics and all just different kinds of stuff. I remember he traded a guitar once for something. I was just like, man, that's crazy. Like, why are they trading a guitar for a CB? But now I understand. It's like, I trade stuff all the time for whatever I'm doing at the moment. So, I mean, not a lot, but like, I'll try to sell D&D books so that I can get a new guitar or whatever. So one of the guys that he met on the radio was a guy named Leadfoot. I couldn't tell you his real name. I know he was married and had a few kids. And we were at my house at 85 Winthrop Street. And I remember he came on the radio. We were playing a Nintendo or Super Nintendo or something. And he was in the Bubbleette parking lot. I guess his family was doing laundry next door or something like that. And he was about to go to, if I'm not mistaken, it was Westport, to go look at some new CB stuff. Well, Bob wanted to go, and I was just like, well, why not? So we went out. We get to this guy's car. It's one of the old station wagons with, like, the wood sides. Sorry. Now, Bob hops in the front because he knows him from talking to him on the radio. And I look in the back. And now mind you, I'm fairly certain he was at the Bubbleette with at least a few members of his family. I could be wrong about that. This is going back over 20 years now. And I'm thinking, where the hell am I going to sit? There's literally nowhere to sit. Like, somehow or another, I squeezed myself into his laundry, trash, boxes, whatever was in his car. And we make our way to Westport, and that's about the end of the story. Like, it doesn't go much further than that. But I'll never forget that day, because it was one of the, like, awkward moments where you're getting into this stranger's car. Thankfully, Bob knew him. I mean, I'm not going to get in a car with just some random stranger. I was probably 17 or something at the time. You know, those strange men out there. So, but the reason why I brought this up tonight was because I got to talk to Bob a little bit on the old Facebook tonight, and I hadn't talked to him in I can't tell you how long it's been. I think there was a show at the studios where he was doing sound. I saw him there. I saw him at his wedding. And then, I can't remember, I think he moved long before I moved, but he's a friend that's always, stood the test of time with me. All the Melansons. Like, there are those people that you could not see them or talk to them for, 10, 20 years, and you just pick right back up the minute you start talking. And I feel like, I have a lot of those friends, and I'm really happy, and I'm very fortunate to have good friends like that through the years. So, at the 11-minute mark, I'm going to call this first video. And like I said, I just want to thank everybody who's been subscribing and liking and commenting. It's awesome. Please, please, give me some more comments. Give me something to talk about. Like, I've got some stuff tonight that I'm going to pick up in the next video. But, I'd really like to talk about something you'd want to talk about. Ask me my opinion of something. I don't know. If there's something you want me to do a little jig? I mean, I'm not the best dancer. I got 2 left feet, but I'll try. Just let me know. So, go out there and make the world smile. And we'll all smile along with you. So, thanks for stopping by. If you want to check out some more videos tonight, I will definitely be posting. I'll give you a little preview of this nightmare. There are lists of my top 10 or top 5 or top 15 things. I can guarantee you, or almost guarantee you, that I will not make it through my top 5 movies without going off on a tangent and probably never coming back to my top 5 movies. Alright, so if you want to check it out, I'll be up for the rest of the night. I'll probably try to upload this while I'm recording the next one, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so take care, and thanks again for coming by. Road to 40.